What's up people, this is Valiane of Method with our Shadow Priest guide. So in this guide I'll be going through the basic abilities, talents and glyphs of the Shadow Priest. First we'll start with the regular abilities for DPS. We have Mind Blast, Mind Flame, Vampiric Touch, Shadow Pain, Devouring Plague, or Execute, Shadow Death, Mind Spike and Mind Sear. For the utility abilities, we have Powered Shield, Divine Hymn, Hymn of Hope, Master Spell, Dispel Magic, Leap of Faith, Fade, Dispersion, and of course the heals. For Flash Heal, Prayer of Mending, Binding Heal, Renew, and Prayer of Healing. Those are the abilities I usually use from the healing spec. As for DPS cooldowns, we have our Shadow Fiend and Archangel. Buff wise for ourselves, we of course have the Shadow Form, Vampiric Embrace, Inner Fire, Inner Will, Empowered Shadow, and Shadow Orbs. So for the Shadow DPS rotation, which is a priority list, we start out with Vampiric Touch as number 1, number 2 is Devouring Plague, number 3 is Shadow Pain, number 4 is Shadow Death when the boss is under 25% HP, number 5 is Mind Blast, and number 6 is Mind Flay as our main filler. For other times, such as Short Burst on one target, we have Mind Spike, and for huge AoE situations we have Mind Sear. So for the cooldown usage of Shadow Fiend and Dark Archangel, depending on your gear, if you have the 4-piece Type 13, and of course depending on your Mind Flay crits, you'll be able to sync Fiend and Archangel up every minute and 30 seconds for the burst of Mind Spike and Mind Blast spam. This is very effective in a few fights, but that will be discussed in later videos. The Shadow spec is a standard 10-0-31 spec, only leaving us with room to tweak a bit in the discipline tree, where we can change a few points out of mental agility into either improved Powered Shield, more point into Inner Sanctum, or 2 points into Soul Warding. Depending on the fight and how your playstyle is, you can of course change the spec in the discipline tree, while keeping full in Twin Discipline and Archangel. For glyphs, there's really much room to change anything, apart from when it's needed on certain encounters, depending on your strategy. We have the Mind Flay glyph, the Shadow Death glyph, and the Shadow Pain glyph for prime glyphs. For magic glyphs, you have Fade, Inner Fire, and Master Spell. So that concludes this first video in the series of Shadow Priest guides. Remember to check our website methodwow.com, our Facebook, Method EU, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Method Network, and remember to check out howtopriest.com. All the links will be below.